Head of Accelerators in ESS, Karina Nilsson, Deputy Mayor of the Welfare and Care in Malmö, Lars Eklund, the Deputy Director in SASNet, who's just probably relinquished charge, but obviously a great friend of India, Annette Bayer, from the Financial Forum, and of course Kannan Krishnan, the president and founder, and his entire team on stage and off stage who have made this event possible. My warmest greetings to all of you on the celebration of several things that we are doing. Of course, we are celebrating India Day here, and I find some members of the Indian community and some friends from Sweden who have joined us. And it's extremely heartening to see how the community comes together and stays emotionally bonded with the motherland, and how our friends in Sweden have welcomed us with so much of warmth and hospitality in their own country and given us a home to live in. And I think it's very, very beautiful, this coming together of India and Sweden. But there are other occasions we are celebrating. We're also celebrating the 5th anniversary of the Indian Association of Sweden. And let me tell you, we are celebrating Holi tomorrow, which is one of the most important festivals of India. It is a festival of colors. It is also a festival that signals the harvest season in India, the onset of spring. So it is an extremely important festival for us. We celebrate that. But I want to add another celebration to today's celebration, and that is the celebration of Indian democracy. Today we have had elections in several states in India, very, very successfully conducted elections where certain parties have won, certain parties have lost, but that is what democracy is all about. So the ruling party has won in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, but the opposition party has won, I think, Manipur, Goa and Punjab. So this is really a tremendous celebration of India's democracy, irrespective of whatever parties. What is important is that we are a true democracy. We are the largest democracy in the world, and we celebrate the vibrance of our democracy. So it is an important occasion for us. India is, of course, a huge, diverse, ancient land with an ancient civilization, a pluralist ethos. It's multicultural, multi-religious, multilingual. The deputy mayor has traveled to India recently, and I can see that she's in Indian attire. We appreciate that, and for you also, sir, it's wonderful to see you in Indian attire. So India is such a vast land with so much of diversity. How do you explain India to Sweden? I laud the efforts which are being made by the IAS here to try and bring a glimpse of India to people in Sweden and to tell them that we are just like them, a little different in terms of our culture, in terms of our languages, maybe religious differences, but these are not differences. Differences are something which need to be celebrated. There is no conflict there. It is about celebration of differences, of diversity, and that is what India stands for. And I know that Sweden has been a foremost country in Europe in opening its arms to all kinds of people from all walks of life across the world. And I really laud and I applaud Sweden for that. And I want to again wish all of you happy celebration of India Day, of Holi, of our democracy, of our culture, our civilizational heritage. And my congratulations again to all the organizers from the IAS. And thank you again to all our distinguished guests who are on stage and the others who are in front of me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Indeed, it is a celebration time, of course. Dr. Mats, if you can share your thoughts with us, please.
Yeah, I will be very short. I just want to say I had the pleasure of visiting India, I think 7 times. And that's for science. I'm a scientist, and I visited, my first conference in India in Darjeeling, and one of the later conferences happened to be in Diwali, during the Diwali festivals in Calcutta, and of course it was a very, very touching and moving thing to participate in as a foreigner. I also wanted to say that we are working very hard to get India to become a member of the European Spallation Source, and I know there's a lot of interest in India for that, and we hope to welcome more Indians to Skåne, to Lund, and to work with us at the IAS, which is the world's biggest scientific infrastructure project at this time being, and we look forward to closer ties with India.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Matt. If we can request Karina Nilsson to share your thoughts, please.
Excellence, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start to say thank you for inviting me to this event and the opportunity to be with you here today. I would say especially welcome to the ambassador to Malmö, to the city of Malmö, and I really hope that you have time to really enjoy our city here this time and many other time. You are so welcome back here. And it's a great pleasure to take part of the activities and work you do here in Sweden. I would like to say that it is an important task. The association has to be a cultural bridge connecting the Swedish people to the Indian culture and bringing Indian culture to Swedish society. Myself has the pleasure to have been in India 3 weeks in the beginning of this year. I traveled around in Tamil Nadu and visiting about 10 different places there. For example, a dance festival in Mamallapuram, and I'm also glad to see the dance performance here. I think many Swedes are fascinated by the Indian culture, and I would say there is many who want to learn more about India and its rich and diverse culture. I'm longing constantly back to India, and I will definitely try to travel back again. And finally, I want to congratulate on your 5 years anniversary and wish you all the best to come with your important work.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Lars, if you can share your thoughts, please.
I will be very brief, but 5 years ago I was here again also for the first IAS inauguration party. So I'm very happy to be invited for this second 5-year anniversary. I came to India first time in 1972, and I've traveled since then extensively in all parts of India. First as a journalist, and then as a representative of Lund University. So I've had academic contacts in almost every university in India. Yes, I wish the IAS continued success, and it's so nice to meet the ambassador for the first time here. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. If we can request Annette Baker to share your thoughts, please.
Yes, hello everyone, and first of all, thank you, thank you to you, and welcome to Sweden. Very nice meeting you. So I work with developing film and new media for children and young people. And that brought me to India for the first time in 2011, to Mumbai, where there is, as you all know, a very thriving film scene around Bollywood films. And I had the chance to also travel through the Thar Desert with my family. My husband is down there, and our son. And we were swept away. We fell in love with India overnight. And so I started working to bring closer the film industry of India with the film industry of Sweden, or let's say Scandinavia. And since we are in a very nice space for this, because Malmö is has a very vibrant film scene and a very vibrant, also multicultural community here in Malmö, a little more than 300,000 inhabitants are shared with 176 different nationalities. I think that's like India in a sense. So my work brought me back to India in 2015, where I, from the film festival in Goa, was invited as an expert to guide emerging talents that wanted to work with making films for children. And I found lots of talent and lots of great ideas. And so I decided to invite two of the emerging talents to Malmö to the event I host each year in March here. And that was a little bit difficult in the beginning, but then we got huge help from the Swedish embassy, from the Indian embassy in Stockholm, and not least from Krishnan and Archie, who has become my friend here. So the young filmmakers came here last March, and I'm still in contact with them, and they're developing their stories. And maybe it's only a little step, but it's a very important step towards bringing our two areas on the globe closer together. And who knows, maybe an Indian film festival in Malmö is a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. It's indeed, great to hear all about your efforts to bridge the gap, not only between cultures but also people. And there is a very famous street in Switzerland, in Interlaken, which is dedicated to one of the Indian film producers. So I'm sure that with your efforts, we may also have a street in Malmö which is dedicated to Indian film producers and directors. So all the best for that, and we look forward to see more of that. Thank you. So next, we'd like to present our guest of honor, a token of appreciation, a memento for being here and blessing us with their presence. And I would request IAS board members to present memento, starting with Her Excellency Monica Kapil Mohta, please. Dr. Mats Lindrus. Karina Nilsson. Mr. Lars Eklund. Annette Beger. We would also like to invite Srimati Suprit Kaur, who is Cultural Secretary at Indian Embassy of Sweden, on stage, please. Thank you, ma'am, for all your efforts to help us with this in the association. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, all the distinguished guests, for being here. And again, we'd like to request you to take your seats and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Samir, I heard about that you received some letter last week.
What are you talking about? What later?
See, you have been shopping a lot during last weeks because you have shifted to your new house.
Yeah, that's true.
And I also know that Manjari takes you for shopping to almost all the places, all the malls.
Yeah, that's not really my favorite part, but yes, I do go with her a lot.
And Manjari likes to browse. And what about you?
No, you know, if I have a chance, then I would go straight to the shop, pick whatever I want to take, and then get out of here. Not linger around, look at the things and so on. But yeah, it's not like that, sorry.
Now I will like to share something with you all people.
No, please, please. No, is this,
It's okay.
no, please.
2 minutes. So, they received a letter from a popular shopping mall, which I will like to read out for you. Dear Manjari, over the past few months, your husband has been causing quite a commotion in our stores. We cannot tolerate this behavior and may be forced to ban both of you from the stores. And it's a really good store, so I don't know what Manjari is planning to do. Our complaints against Mr. Samir are listed below and are documented by our video surveillance cameras. Okay, July 2, set all the alarm clocks in the housewares to go off at 5 minutes interval. July 19, walked up to an employee and told her in an official